Hello and welcome to Game of Gnomes, our first podcast ever. We are a group of adult men who gathered together in a small room to imagine our lives as gnomes. The players are all level 0 and are playing a homebrewed version of D&D 5e. Please enjoy as you follow us on our adventure.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes. So I'm going to be DMing or doing my best to do something like that. My name's Emilio, and to my left...
I'm Garrett. Hello. I love gnomes. God, I love gnomes. Alright, Nick.
Alright, Jesus. They're alright.
I'm Nick. Cool. Alright.
And I'm Dane. This guy.
Cool.
Welcome, Dane. I'm glad you came.
Yeah.
But everyone else...
Oh.
Alright. So we're going to go ahead and start, but before we do, you guys are all gnomes, and you've created little stories and ideas of basically what you are, and we're just going to run with that. So, a little bit of story before we enter this world. You live in a community of all gnomes. There's a couple places to work, but the biggest conglomerate that you see is Gnome Corp, and that's kind of where all the gnomes are working at, friends and family, close-knit communities, all in Gnome Corp. The way the shifts work is that 6 in the morning, everyone walks in at the same time. They take, even though it's super inefficient, they take lunches and breaks all at the same time because this company just really believes in employee morale, and everyone gets to get together and talk and just yuck it up.
Nice.
It's 6 in the morning and everyone's just getting into work. Everyone's entering in through the front doors, putting in their passcodes and scanning their badges to enter the building. There's like a lobby before you actually get to your work where everyone goes into, then there's elevators everywhere, and then everyone goes to... It's just a huge building, so lots of elevators and floors. You guys see that the CEO is standing on a podium. And a banner is being draped across her that says, Happy Employee Day, Employee Appreciation Day. You guys look around in your respective areas. She speaks. She walks forward and she goes, Bing, bing, bing. Hello? Can you hear me, gnomes? And she looks out and the gnomes are quiet. Hello?
We can hear you.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. All 500 of our employees are standing in the same room. And I just want to let you guys all know, Happy Employee Appreciation Day. For you guys that have just been hired, welcome to our team. My name is Lizmark of Gnome Corp, the CEO. Now, you guys might have heard of my brother, Zizmark, and, you know, working with our competitors, G-Tech. Family feud goes way back, but nonetheless, welcome to our humble corporation. At lunch, we're being catered by Gnometrition, as she pulls up a card that says Gnometrition on the back.
Nice.
Gnometrition. Nutrition for gnomes. And puts it back in her pocket. Just so you guys know, well, actually, you all should know already that we've been working on our top secret project. It's going really well. It's going to put us ahead of all the competitors. But it's not time to unveil the wraps on that just yet. But we have been noticing some things have been going missing, like our energy drink dispenser. That one's really important. I see some of you guys are already falling asleep. We're going to do a locker check. So if you have any contraband, anything that, you know, we decide isn't okay to have in there, we're going to take it and we're going to...
I leave immediately.
One single gnome scurries out of the room. And soon after, a couple other gnomes start scurrying out of the rooms, rushing to their lockers in a panic, and they're sweating. And she's like, well, I see a couple of you already might have a little something. All I hope is that it's gone by the time corporate is checking the lockers. That is all. Everyone have a nice day. As you hear a loud blaring, and all the elevators open up and all the stairs open up and everyone just starts rushing to their workplaces. Except for you guys. When I say you guys, I'm talking about Garrett, who is running downstairs to his locker. Before we go into it, let's just get some really general information about your character. So, obviously, you sprinting off isn't a good sign. What's going on? Who is your character? What's his or her name?
I play Yebus Greengallow, a forest gnome. He's a middle-aged man as far as forest gnomes go. Got a bit of a belly, but he's strong. He's a janitor for the company.
Okay.
He's 3'6", 250.
50 pounds?
Yeah.
He's doing good for himself.
Is that a lot for a gnome? That's way too
50?
much. That's way too much.
Average pound is 40.
I'm at 50. I'm at 50.
All the gnomes are sprinting through their lockers except for you. You're rolling to your locker.
I'm at 50.
Wasn't the 250 your age?
Yes.
Okay, so your age is 250.
Yeah,
But
middle-aged.
you're a little bit on the heavy side, right? That's what we're
Just a
saying.
little, just a few extra pounds.
But you got a belly.
I got a belly.
Okay, now there's one question
And
to
a
be
big
answered.
mustache.
Big mustache. What about a beard?
No, just a big,
Just a clean face with a mustache on
clean,
there?
big mustache.
Okay.
Big 70s mustache.
There's only one question that needs to be answered now. Does your belly button consistently show or not?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so you're like you're clean looking at least.
I'm very attractive. But
Well, I would say so. From what I'm hearing, that sounds like me. Let's go ahead and you're getting to your locker. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna start with you. So,
okay.
Yebus is sprinting to where he works, which is what is your?
Well, as a janitor, there is a little, I sprint off to
The backbone of Gnome Corp.
Yeah, I don't really get an office or anything, but I do have a janitor's closet.
Which is that in this janitor's closet? Sorry to interrupt. This janitor's closet is actually located in the boiler room, so it's in the lowest recesses of this building.
Yeah, I know that because I work here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I rush to the janitor's room. That I leave all my stuff in. There's a locker for some other janitors.
Okay, now tell us. So, you're opening up your locker?
Yeah.
What's in there? What are you rushing to your locker to hide?
I open my locker, and across the door and all the walls are pictures of my large extended family.
Okay.
There's my son, Bobo, and my daughter, Cha-Cha. Why are you laughing at my children's names?
No, nothing. It's just.
And my gorgeous gnome wife,
Mama.
Telenovela.
Telenovela. I like that. So it was Bobo, Cha-Cha.
And telenovela. There are additional children. I won't get into it, but I do have 8 gnome children and a large extended family.
But you named only 2 of your 8 children. Are the rest just not? Are they not succeeding in
Those
their?
yeah.
are his favorites.
Those are my favorites. They're the eldest.
That's it. So when a gnome comes up to you and says, "Hey, tell me about your children," you're like, "Well, I have 2 favorites. These are the ones that."
All right, there's Bobo.
No, you don't need to name every single.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because I can.
I'll just say Garrett with Yebus with his family of 8, including Bobo, Cha-Cha, and Telenovela, his wife.
I'll go into it later.
Okay.
So pictures of my large extended family all through my locker. There is a lot of instant gnome noodles filling most of the locker, and there's also a small jar, or I guess a small container.
What's in the container?
I don't really think it's important.
Okay.
But it's
Does it have any labels on it?
no, it's unlabeled.
Oh,
Let's
an
just say-
unlabeled container.
Let's just say it's mine and I need it.
Okay.
Uh,
So you run into the room.
yes.
And you open it up and you're scanning through all your pictures and you're thinking, oh, what a wonderful family I have, including Boo Boo or Bobo and Cha Cha, and my beautiful
and my
night.
beautiful gnomish wife telenovela.
And you're picking up this mysterious container.
Yeah, I open it real quick. I give it a sniff. Smells good. I close it back.
Okay, it smells good. So as you're doing that, another one of your janitor friends comes in.
I quickly shove the container in my pocket.
Okay, you only got 2 of them, so you gotta. How big is this container? Is it like a
pill,
vial?
like a pill container.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. We got a pill container that smells good inside of it. I wonder what it is, everybody. What could it be?
Everybody.
So another gnome comes walking in. Hey, Ibis. How's it going?
Who is this?
Are you asking who I am?
No, I'm asking the DM. I should know this guy, right? I work with him.
Yep. His name is Jimmy with a G.
Okay.
Ew.
Jimmy with a G.
And you know Jimmy.
Gimme.
You know Jimmy for being made fun of a lot because he walks with like a gimp. He's like, ugh.
Gimpy Jimpy.
Gimpy Jimpy. And all the gnomes call him Gimme Jimmy. He gets made fun of and he looks weird and he's limping. So
Okay.
he's an outcast.
Okay.
But he comes in and he goes, "Hey, Ibis, what you got there?"
Oh, just cleaning out my locker. Jimmy.
What do you think about this Employee Appreciation Day? I think it's garbage, trash.
What? I think it's great. I'm glad that they're, reaching out to employers. They're showing us a little respect.
He opens up his locker and takes out a gun.
What you got there, Jimmy?
This is just a little invention I picked up from Block 9. I gotta get rid of it. Can you help me?
Look, I can't get around
Ibis, I know what you got in your pocket, buddy. I know who gave it to you. Well, I can guess. Everyone here has their secrets. Nobody makes fun of you. Nobody looks into your business. If you just take this gun from me, there's no ammos in it. It's just for looks. This one guy was roughing me up the other day. I got it for protection.
Look, I don't know, Jimmy. I'm just trying to take care of myself. I want to help, but I can't get caught up in anything. What'll happen to my kids if I get in trouble?
It's always you and your damn kids, Ibis, Bobo, and Cha Cha. And I swear, if you bring up telenovela, that's gonna be the end of this conversation.
Don't forget my 6 other children, who I'll name at a later time.
Don't worry about it. I know exactly where to hide it. He walks over to the corner of the boiler room, and there's an old robot that has a camera in front of it,
Okay.
which wakes up. Wake up, Clicky. What do you need me for, sir?
Are you sure they're not gonna check Clicky?
Clicky's gonna be going around taking pictures for Employment Day. No one's gonna give a care about a robot going around taking pictures.
That seems like a bad idea.
Clicky, are you gonna snitch on me? No, sir. You've programmed me to trust. Okay. So he says, open up, Clicky. And this little chute opens up in his back and he drops the gun inside. He goes, Clicky, it has no ammo, so you can't use it. Okay, sir. Noted. And a red light goes up on top of his head as if he was called up somewhere, and he bolts out of the room. He goes, Ibis, I won't tell if you won't tell.
I will tell. It's fine. I don't care what you do.
A red telephone in the corner of the room starts ringing. They need something cleaning up again, and I'm already working on something. Can you take care of that?
Yeah, I got it. I'll answer it.
Jimmy with the G walks out of the room. What do you do?
I say, Ubis, janitor.
Ubis. It's me. You know who this is.
I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
This is the phone. I don't. There's a lot of people who work here. Who is this?
Every time I call, you always ask me who this is.
Well, if you just said your name when you answered the phone, we wouldn't have to go through this every time.
All right. Let's just forget it. We go through this every day. I swear, you only remember 2 of your 8 kids and your wife and
I can name the other 6.
Just get on up here to floor 2. we had one of the energy drinks. You know, there's been a lack of energy drink dispensers around here, and there's a huge spill. Can you come up here, clean it up?
I got it.
And also, some water's leaking near the same place. It must be related. Can you just take care of it, Ibis?
Yeah, clean up the energy drinks and take care of the leak. I got it.
Okay, I'm glad you're repeating this just to make sure that I know you're listening. Now, what floor was it on?
It's the second floor.
Okay, well, and you know what? Make sure you're clean. The last time we saw you, you looked shaky, and there was mud or something dark on you. I know you got 8 kids, man. It's tough, but you gotta you gotta be presentable. Second floor is where, you know, we're pretty important up here, so see you soon.
Yes,
Click.
sir. He hung up.
Now, so while Ibis is doing that, next character, Dane, you ran out as well, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
So Dane, tell us a little bit about your character, including the name.
All right. I'm a rock gnome. The name is Felgrim. There is no clan name on it. After going through a nasty divorce, I chose to forget the clan name, and now I'm trying to go incognito due to some mysterious circumstances.
Okay, all right, sounds good. What is your position? What is
I'm an
this position?
engineer at this company.
Okay.
I assist in making gear for adventurers and for artificers. On the sidelines, I invent stuff. And that's the main thing that I'm worried about. They're gonna look at one of my inventions and be like, I don't like this.
Okay.
It's going against the system.
So, Felgrim...
Are you using company supplies to build shit?
I should say,
Okay. Right, so yes.
It's okay. The company isn't listening to this podcast, so you're safe at least.
Yeah. Sorry, this is your inner monologue. You know, when you're just walking, you introduce yourself in your own brain.
Your character's like, my name's Felgrim. I went through a
recent
bad
divorce.
I'm 22. I came from high school.
I am single and looking good. So, Felgrim, we're going back in time a little bit here. You're walking towards the elevator, and we already know the story with Ibis, but he's running downstairs because he's in the recesses of the building. You walk inside the elevator, and you press 3. So you head on up, and so once you get up the elevator, there's like a room where there's all these lockers. And then there's so basically the idea is you kind of get ready before heading into your engineering or
Okay.
So it's like a bigger cubicle with all your tools and everything you need. So you go up to your locker, and what is it that is when you open it up? What's in there?
Once I open my locker, it's just fire starters all over. And then I reach deep inside the locker and I pull out a clockwork toy and just stash it.
Okay.
In my coat.
In your coat. Okay, so you have a little lab coat? Is that what we're thinking? I like that. Okay. So he puts it in his lab coat, and then you get to that engineering table. So every morning when you go into your table, there's like this screen that's in front of you, and the screen shows what the goal is for the engineering team today. And what the project that you should be working on. And there's like a progress bar, so the more that you're working on the item, like the loading bar just keeps going up, and when it says 100%, someone comes on up to pick it up, and you start it all over again. So you get to your desk, and it looks like you're like 98% done with this product. Now, the product is just a toothbrush, but it doesn't have any bristles on it, and the power source is missing as well. You look at the instructions, and it explains how it wants you to keep the power source empty and to add knives where the bristles should be. But you think, I can make this better. What do you do to the toothbrush?
I look at the toothbrush. I think to myself, you know what? This needs magic. And so I take it over to the enchanting department. Yeah.
So you go up. It's really interesting. So you go to the magic department, and they're behind what seems to be a bulletproof glass with a small square coming up. You go up to it, and you knock on the door, and they open it. Yes?
I need this enchanted. As I slide this empty toothbrush over.
Oh, Felgrim, you're back again. Well, the last time you came in, we had a little bit of trouble with the boss. Your boss came in and was explaining to us that you're over-enchanting too many things. Like all the fire starters you keep in and asked to be enchanted. What do you want this to be enchanted with?
I want this to fly.
Flight magic? Give me 5 minutes. The door slams closed, and you hear a pig squealing in the background. And then a thump. And then she slides out of the other door with your toothbrush covered in a little bit of blood. Here you go. If you press this button, it'll make you fly. And if you press this button, only the toothbrush will fly.
Thanks, I guess. I didn't really need me to fly, but all right.
Thank you. And the door closes.
All right, back to work.
All right, you walk back, and as you place the item back on the table to start working on it further, the bar reaches 100%. So here comes the manager walking on over. You know he's coming because he has a bag full of keys on his belt. Shink, shink, shink. He stands there just looking at you.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I'm just working along.
Oh, you're working? Is that what you call this? You're working?
Yeah.
Do you know what I saw?
What?
Ask me what I saw. Ask me.
I think you should just tell me.
I think you should ask me because I'm your boss, and I tell you what to tell me, and I'm telling you, ask me.
I gotta say this is real.
I'm just gonna tell you because you're taking too long. Felgrim, I saw you going to the enchantment table. We asked you to add knives to the toothbrush with an open power source. Did you do that, Felgrim? Felgrim, look at me. Did you do that?
No, because that's stupid.
Stupid.
You're just gonna expose the toothbrush like that? It's a clunky piece of garbage if you make it like that.
Felgrim, we've been over this. We need items that need... Oh my god, you're flustering me. There's no energy drink. Okay, let's start this over.
Is this what this is all about? We have no energy drinks?
Stop your mouth, Felgrim. This instant. Here, I am king. I am lord.
Not really. The CEO is the lord.
What do you say?
The CEO is the lord. You're just a mayor.
Felgrim, I'll tell you one thing. You're pushing it. I'll tell you two things. You're pushing it and you're ugly.
Oh, well,
Just stop.
We're all ugly in this gnome corporate building.
Speak for yourself, ugly. Continuing. We have been asking you to add open fuel sources to all of our objects because it's part of what Lizmark wanted. Lizmark says, create things that have open fuel sources, do it. Apparently, whatever they're working on up there is a new fuel source. But that's all they tell me. Why I'm telling you this, I don't know, because you're a pain in my gnome butt.
That's fair.
I wasn't expecting you to agree with me on that. What does this do? Tell me. I saw you go to the enchanting department. What could it... You know what? Don't even tell me. As he picks it up and he presses the first button. And the toothbrush-like object just flings straight up through the roof. And he's sitting there looking at his empty hand that's bleeding.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I was grinding that down a bit.
I'll be right back with some papers I need you to sign. And he leaves.
Uh-oh.
You're chilling, okay, Felgrim. You're chilling. You're not afraid because you signed papers twice a week for the past 2 months.
What kind of papers?
So you don't... Do you read them or do you just like whatever?
Well, I gotta know the title at least.
Okay, so the title says demeanor.
Oh, well, let's forget it.
Okay.
That's whatever.
So Nick, your character didn't rush to the locker, so we're guessing he's a goody boy.
He did.
Oh, you did too. So all three of you rushed to your locker.
Yeah.
My God, we got 3 felons on our... Just like in real life, cops don't listen. It's a podcast of felons.
Okay, cut that out.
Cut that out. Well, don't worry. We'll do it in post. We'll bleep it. So, Nick, tell us a little bit about your character.
So my character is Frug Ralnor. Though he gets called many things similar to Frug or not even close. Frag, Frag, Roger.
Okay.
He works in the call center or the crystal ball center department.
Of course.
And so the names are usually from all the different people that call in needing help with the Gnome Corp products.
Because they don't care what your name is, they just need help.
Yep. Anything that's similar to Frug is what they say. Or not similar.
So, let's talk a little bit about your character when he's off of work. When he's at home, is he getting good rest? Is he staying up late? What is he doing?
Staying up late, trying to avoid thinking about his miserable job at work, and trying to think of schemes to be able to get off the crystal ball.
Okay. So, a little bit of explanation here. It's basically a call center, but it's a ball center. Instead of a phone, it's a crystal ball. So, Nick, you go into the elevator, and you go to floor 2. So, on the way up, since you're always so damn tired from staying up so late, the first thing you do is go to the energy drink machine.
Actually, I just go straight to my locker where I've got many bottles of Chrome Lightning, Gnome World energy drinks.
Oh, so you have your own stash at this point.
The drinks are legal. It's what's stashed behind them in the locker.
So is it like a wall of drinks? So when someone opens your locker, they're like, whoa, look at all these drinks.
Basically, it's just full of them, and it looks like there's drinks in like the full locker, but then in the back there's a hole where 2 of them would go, and then there's a little gun.
My God.
Reach back, pull it up, stick the barrel in my mouth, have my finger hesitantly over the trigger, and then at the last second, I just take my finger off the trigger, unload it, and stash it in my shoe.
So it's that little of a gun.
Yeah.
In a gnome shoe? That's
And,
gotta be like...
and then I just say to myself, not today.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I should know. Some pistols that were made, you have like a steampunk revolver, which holds 4 shots. So you could end up doing Russian roulette with that.
Okay.
Well, there's a little palm pistol, which holds like 9 shots in it.
Okay.
And it's just like this little tiny thing.
Okay.
So you could actually fit that into your shoe.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Nick's done his research. So, Frug, you're walking past towards the energy drink maker, and there's a huge long line in there, which it's good that you brought all your own drinks because all the energy drinks in the whole place are missing, and that's part of the search of the locker. Luckily, the one that you have is up from a different brand, so they're not going to open this and be like, "Oh my God, he's been stealing all the drinks." So you see this one gnome pressing the button, and all that squirts out is this blue, gooey gunk right inside of his cup. I can't drink this! And he throws it at the wall. As it hit the wall, it's inexplainable what happens. So the mug hits the wall, and then the mug goes through the wall, and you hear a big thunk. And everyone's such in a panic over the energy drink machine no longer... they call it liquid gold because it's a bright yellow that comes out. And it energizes you. It's like coffee, but like 100 times stronger because these people are working, so hard every day. There's no weekends. So, they turn off the machine. Water starts leaking from the walls. Nobody noticed that mug went through the wall except for you, it seems, because everyone's just complaining and going back to their own workspaces.
I walked past the guy who threw the cup. And I'm like, "Hey, Joe, you're going to get in trouble for that." Walk past him and go to my crystal ball.
Joe heard a faint whispering behind him and turned around. No one's there as he turns around. What? Who? So Frug, you're walking over to your cubicle. The whole floor, besides like every room has its locker and then its department, just like Felgrim's. You are now in the department where it's just cubicles going as far as the eye can see, almost like comically, like you can see it curve a little bit. That's how far they're going back. And you see posters all over the walls of Lizmark saying, "Keep it up." Or your fellow gnomes raising a glass of energy drink as they're all smiling and rosy-cheeked. Or a picture of an eagle flying and it says, "Keep your mind here." It's just like a bunch of stock photos except for one. One massive screen that all the cubicles are facing are showing updates of a little robot running around taking pictures of gnomes on Employee Appreciation Day. And it's mainly just pictures of gnomes in the middle of doing something. It doesn't look very good. And then you notice as one picture is taken, you see a little chubby gnome in a dark boiler room, two of them talking. As the door opens, it's basically a still of a gnome putting something in his pocket that looks like a pill bottle. His coworker's coming in waving his hand. And you notice that looks a little interesting from all the other pictures. The next picture is very short, but you see another gnome putting a weapon, a dark L-shaped thing inside of the machine. And just like that, it's gone. The next picture is of a gnome slipping on an orange. It's eating their breakfast, or one's dropping their cereal, and two people are shaking their hands.
As I see this, I just hit my face with my palm, and I'm like, Billy.
Okay,
So
Billy.
the guy with
Billy.
the orange.
Oh, okay, so
you don't even.
All right. So it sounds like you know a lot of these gnomes' names. You must be. Are you popular, or you just have a good memory?
I've just been here for far too long.
Okay. So you sit down at your desk, and there's a crystal ball, but there's a smaller crystal ball next to it that goes into your ear. You know this because you've been working here for so long. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this because your character knows this, but you don't yet. The crystal ball that goes into your ear, the smaller one, will translate any language into Gnomish or Common. So it's a device that was invented, and it goes in your ear. So you sit down there. What do you do? Also, the crystal ball is like a computer, but in like an interdimensional computer, so you can see things anywhere if you know the location, basically.
I sit down, look around, waiting for someone to look towards me.
It looks like one of your managers that watch over you is currently disciplining someone else, a female gnome crying. You know her as Betty.
Wow.
I thank the Gnomish gods for Betty getting yelled at right now, and I just keep an eye on that for when it starts to wind down, or if the...
And why did you tell a customer that they would get their gnomish pantaloons for free? Oh! Stop crying and talk to me, Betty. God, Betty. Go on. He was so mean and nice too. Go ahead.
As I'm keeping an eye on the supervisor yelling at Betty, I also start looking around, make sure there's no other supervisors around, and just observe other people goofing off so I know who to point fingers at later if I need a scapegoat.
Okay. So, at this point, you're flipping through your crystal ball, right?
Yeah.
Did you put on the earpiece?
Yeah, put on the earpiece, just waiting to go in for the next ball call.
Okay, so you put in your earpiece, but this time it feels weird. It feels wet and then instantly dry. It's not normal. It's not a normal feeling that you're feeling.
I pull it out of my ear.
You don't. You can't. It's stuck.